In a quiet village long ago, where life moved slowly and people knew each other by name, there lived a beautiful woman, Kisa Gautami. She was not wealthy, she did not own land or riches, but she owned something far more precious than all of that: her world, her heartbeat, her little child. He was the light of her life, the reason she smiled in the morning, and the reason she felt strong even on difficult days. Every small moment with him felt magical. His laughter, his tiny hands reaching for her, the way he looked at her as if she was his whole world, and to her he truly was everything. But life has a way of changing everything in a single moment. One day her child fell sick. At first, it seemed like nothing serious, just a little fever, something that would pass. She pulled him close into her arms, gently telling him everything would be okay. She was right there with him. But the fever did not go away. It grew stronger. His breathing became heavier. His small body felt weak. She tried everything she could: home remedies, prayers, hope, but nothing worked. And then, one quiet moment, without warning, her child stopped breathing. The world fell silent. Time stopped, but her heart refused to accept it. She whispered, "No," gently shaking him and begging him to wake up. But he did not move. Her mind and heart rejected reality. Holding on to hope, she whispered to herself, "This is just sleep. He will wake up. He has to." And so she did something that grief often makes us do. She denied the truth. She picked up her child, held him tightly, and ran outside. From one house to another, she begged, "Please, help me. My child is sick. Give me medicine." People looked at her with sadness. Some tried to explain gently, "He is gone." But she refused to listen. "No, you are wrong. He just needs help." She ran again and again, knocking on every door, holding on to hope that no longer existed. The villagers watched her and felt helpless. They had all known loss. They had all felt the same pain, but no one could reach her until finally one wise old man stepped forward. He looked at her with compassion and said, "Go to Gautam Buddha. He may be able to help you." Those words were enough to give her hope again. Without wasting a second, she rushed to find Buddha. Her steps were fast, desperate, driven by a mother's love. When she finally reached him, she fell at his feet. She cried, "Please, save my child. Bring him back." Buddha looked at her, not with shock or judgment, but with deep understanding. He saw not just a grieving mother, but a heart trapped in pain. He knew she was not ready to hear the truth yet. So instead of denying her hope, he gave her a path to discover it herself. He said gently, "Yes, I can help you." Her eyes lit up instantly. Hope returned. Then Buddha continued, "You must bring me a handful of mustard seeds." She nodded and said, "Yes, I will bring them." Then again Buddha added, "But they must come from a house where no one has ever died." For a moment, she did not fully understand, but hope was stronger than doubt. She stood up and ran again. At the first house, she knocked urgently. "Please, I need mustard seeds." The woman inside said, "Yes, of course. Take as much as you need." Then Kisa Gautami asked, "Has anyone ever died in this house?" The woman's expression changed. She said, "Yes, my father passed away last year." Then she said, "I'm sorry, I can't take these." And she moved on. She walked slowly to the second house. She knocked. The door opened, and a man stood there, her eyes soft but tired. She said, "Do you have mustard seeds?" The man nodded. "Yes, we do." Then she asked the question she had been told to ask, "Has anyone died in this house?" Man's expression changed. He said, "Yes, my daughter." She stepped back slowly. At the third house, she knocked again. A man opened the door this time. She asked, "Do you have mustard seeds?" He replied, "Yes." Then she asked the same question, "Has anyone died here?" The man said, "My wife." Grief lived here too. She was unable to say anything and walked away. In this way, she moved from one house to the next and then to another, asking the same question each time. House after house, story after story, pain after pain. Something inside her began to shift. Her steps slowed. Her desperation started to fade. For the first time, she was not just thinking about her own pain. She was hearing the pain of others. She was seeing something she had never noticed before. Loss was everywhere. Grief was not hers alone. She sat down quietly, her child still in her arms. But her heart had changed. She whispered softly, "I'm not alone." And in that moment, acceptance began to enter her heart. Not suddenly, not completely, but gently. She stood up again, but this time she was not running. She walked back to Buddha. When she reached him, she did not cry. She did not beg. She simply stood there in silence. Buddha looked at her and asked softly, "Did you bring the mustard seeds?" She shook her head. "No, there's no house where death has not visited." Buddha smiled gently, not because her pain was gone, but her awareness had begun. He said, "Grief is part of life. It touches every home, every heart. When we understand this, we begin to find peace." Kisa Gautami looked at her child one last time, and for the first time, she let go, not of love, but of attachment. She led her child to rest, and slowly she began a new journey, a journey of understanding, of acceptance, of inner peace. Pain is personal, but suffering becomes lighter when we realize we are not alone.